I've climbed to depth 5 with Ironeye, and today I'm breaking down 5 tips that will make your climb a lot easier. I'm going to assume you've mastered the basics. You can bounce off targets with marking, your markup time is near 100%, and you know that light attacks with bows deal less DPS than heavy attacks, which deal less than melee weapons. We'll circle back to that last one in a minute. Tip number 1, know your poison matchups. Poison Ironeye is what 99% of Ironeye players are running in Deep of Night, so understanding how the build works and how long it takes to poison enemies is crucial. Here's my build if you're curious. Character skill inflicts heavy poison damage on poisoned enemies, adds 70 poison buildup to marking, and if the enemy is already poisoned, marking deals 250 flat damage plus 2.5% of max HP. Art Charge activation adds poison effect, adds 300 poison buildup to your fully charged ultimate. Note that this only applies to the arrow, not to the shockwave. Attack power up when facing poison afflicted enemy +0, +1, and +2. These effects stack with each other, but not with duplicates. So +0 and +1 stack, but 2 +0s don't. With all 3, you deal 53% more damage to poisoned enemies. The build works by poisoning your targets and then melting them with a 53% damage boost. The problem? Some enemies are completely immune to poison. You need to recognize them early and adjust immediately. Avoid these encounters early on if you have the option. For example, if you're choosing between 2 great churches and one has Oracle Envoys while the other has a Mausoleum Knight, go for the Envoys. Enemies with less than 300 resistance can be instantly poisoned by your ultimate, but a few have 542 resistance, and for those, you'll need both your ultimate and a poison weapon to apply it quickly. If your ult's on cooldown, it's usually not worth trying to poison them at all. Tip number 2, if you have casters, it's your job to buff and debuff. Your raw DPS is often lower and your FP is way less valuable than a caster's. A buff or debuff that benefits the entire team is more valuable than a weapon passive that only affects you. You don't need to steal your Guardian's commander's standard, but if you see Shared Order, even if it's on a trash weapon, pick it up. The most important buffs to watch out for are Shared Order, Golden Vow, Better Golden Vow, Last Rites, and Rallying Standard. The most important debuffs to watch out for are Power of the Dark Moon, Renala's Full Moon, Ranni's Dark Moon, Knowledge Above All, Grail's Roar, Shriek of Milos, and Soul Stifler. Tip number 3, range is safer, melee is faster. Which one you use depends entirely on the situation. Ironeye shines when you can switch between both, to control the pace of the fight. For example, against the Spaceman Leonine, I go melee, even though he can one-shot me. Why? Because my teammates can easily revive me, and finishing this fight fast is key to snowballing day 1. When clearing the rest of the castle, I stay aggressive with melee to keep the momentum, and we're able to clear it all by the end of day 1. Now, just because melee deals more damage doesn't mean it's always the best option. In another game, Wilder and I are both 3-bar on Centipede Demon, since we had a rough time getting to the circle. We both have no damage negation, and he has no flasks. Duchess revives us, but Wilder drops again. Just like Leonine, I'm at risk of getting one-shot, but this time I can't afford to go down. So instead of rushing in, I play it safe with the bow. There's no time limit on night bosses, surviving is the priority. Tip number 4, know how to free aim your ultimate. Free aiming is crucial for hitting multiple targets and hitting targets through walls. Your left stick controls horizontal aim, and your right stick controls vertical aim. If you want to align your ultimate with your camera, just hold forward on the left stick. You can freely adjust your aim during startup, but once you begin charging, your movement becomes limited. Use the training area birds to practice this. It's the best way to get a feel for how far you can push it. Tip number 5, know your staggers. When fighting Night Lords, your ultimate isn't just for damage, it's your team's lifeline. You're saving it to interrupt specific attacks that could cost multiple flasks or even the run. You're probably familiar with some of these, but here are the key staggers to memorize. Everdark Adele's Tornado. Fully charge your ultimate as his jaws close. You're not trying to stagger the lightning bubble, you're trying to stagger the next move where he summons the tornado. Maris's Sleep. This can be staggered by lightning or poise damage, however if Maris flies out of range, your ultimate is the safest option. Libra's Meditation. The first one can easily be broken by hitting the sigils. Save your ultimate for later meditations that spawn more sigils. Fulgur's Spears. Lightning damage interrupts this move and electrifies him. However, lightning damage will not stagger this move again until the effect wears off, so you want to save ultimate to interrupt Fulgur's second use of spears, or during his charge for style points. Everdark Caligo's Ice Storm. This move cannot be allowed to happen. It frostbites your entire team twice, and she likes to start flying if you don't interrupt this move. Stagger Caligo right after she armors up. If you're confident, you can also punish her head during that animation. Just roll immediately after the Claw Slam to dodge the roar. If you have any questions about Ironeye, feel free to ask in the comments. To vote on which Nightfarer I'll cover next, vote in the poll linked in the description. I'm working on a follow-up for my God Roll video right now, but I want to experience Depth 5 further so I can give better advice. If that sounds interesting, consider subscribing.